All right, so Instagram for Britney Spears just disappears out of nowhere. What do you guys think happened? Before we even get into the article, any ideas what you think happened?
I kind of suspect it's just temporarily down, like there's an Instagram error or she took it offline briefly.
You can just suspend it, right? And it'll say account not there.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, just a hypothesis. I didn't read this article beforehand. There is a chance that now that she has gotten out of her conservatorship, she's working with a new PR team that temporarily suspended it to do some purging and to revamp her
makeover work.
Right, exactly. She does actually delete posts semi-regularly, so it's not that out of the ordinary to see her change up her account.
Could very much be professional reasons.
I sort of feel like people panicked because they're like, must still watch Britney, and actually everything's fine.
They're like, we just got her free and now she's gone again.
But what if she got free and she was like, it's my decision to leave social media, and everyone's like, all this work for nothing?
This isn't
not even
fair.
gonna get to stalk you?
That's not even fair. So it says, there was an update here. It says we learned that IG did not remove Britney's page, so it appears she did it herself. So
how dare she?
She did not violate community guidelines.
She gets
in
this
some
freedom
way.
and then she leaves the internet?
This isn't fair to any of us.
This is not why we campaign for you, Britney. I'm just kidding.
We need you back. It says Britney Spears' family secrets and sexy photo shoots have come to a very abrupt halt as the singer's Instagram account has mysteriously disappeared off the site. On Wednesday, Brit's IG disappeared without a trace, meaning that she's losing her ability to speak out and show off like she normally does. As you're aware, Britney used her social media to talk about family drama, conservatorship, and love for her fiancé. Do you know how to pronounce that last name? Sam Asghari?
Yeah, Asghari is what I would say.
Right?
I just want to say they're like, it means she's losing her ability to speak out. But if she did it herself...
She did not lose it.
She advocated. I can't even say it. But she gave it up voluntarily. Yes. Maybe she didn't want to be on the internet, which again, like, how dare she?
It's very, very strange. It says, confusion is moving fast among fans with no answer yet as to why she dropped off... why she dropped off. I thought that's Sam. Why she dropped off Sam. I'm like, who's Sam? Sam also has yet to comment publicly on her disappearing act. A few weeks ago, Britney posted about her big return to Las Vegas as a tourist instead of a performer, saying she loved being treated as an equal for once. None of her recent posts foreshadowed a deletion. Again, you don't have to foreshadow anything. You can just make the decision to go out. Miracle, you're not even on social media. You're just...
No, you can just do it willy-nilly. There's something called delete profile.
Yeah, you don't have to have it at all. You can just make the choice to not be on social media. It's a beautiful thing. It's something I think about every day. Whenever I'm scrolling through Instagram, I'm like, imagine what I could be doing if I was just not doing this. As I'm just scrolling through stuff and just like, I'm not on it nearly as much as I used to be just because I'm so busy with work. But imagine the things I could accomplish if I was not just able to just not use it, but also attribute that time to something more productive.
That would be nice. I was on social media in a very limited capacity. I think a lot of people, maybe not Miracle's age, but like slightly older than her, my generation, I know a lot of this is true for a lot of my friends. We like have Facebook, but we never check it. It's like this, like appendage we don't use and probably should delete. I have Instagram, but I actually found when I went into journalism full time that I needed to be on Twitter.
That's what I'm finding.
Because there's a lot of stuff that happens. Twitter accelerates news in a way that like you just don't see everywhere else. And also Twitter limits your access to tweets, but Twitter is where a lot of people make statements and announcements. So I am on Twitter in a very limited, like kind of muted capacity. Not that anyone is interested in what I would post on Twitter anyways.
I'm finding the same exact thing. Like, I have a Twitter that I stopped using a couple of years ago. But what I've noticed is that like today, Tim comes in and says, have you seen this picture of Emma Watson? And I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, it's going around Twitter. And I'm like, okay. And I couldn't get into it because I don't want to log into my Twitter. Same thing with Facebook. I stopped using Facebook like last summer, and it's like, it's there, but I'm not logged in. I'm sure there's like a million spam bots on it now.
That's why I think I should delete mine, because it's like, it's just not useful anymore. But like there are certain people, or like Facebook messaging app, like there are reasons to kind of
I still have the app. I still have the messaging app.
Yeah, there are still reasons to like kind of have it, but like for us, like if we were like, okay, we want to delete the social media, like, you know, there are actual disadvantages given our professional lives. With Britney, like she fought so hard to like be allowed to do what she wants. Like the fact that we would be like, how dare she leave social media? Like we're all saying like she never got any privacy, and like, you know, even in this post, in this article, she's saying like she wasn't allowed to like take baths by herself. Like she was monitored so intensely, she had no personal choice. The idea that she would want to leave social media is actually not that strange.
No, it's
like,
not.
It's not weird at all.
Miracle, do you find like well, you have a Discord, right? You use Discord? Or do you
Yeah,
not-
but nobody's supposed to technically know about that.
Oh, but do you use? Oh, is it not active right now?
No, it is active,
Okay.
but I don't want like the public to know about it.
Okay, all right. Well, but like it's like that's like the only is Discord even considered social media?
It's like how we use Slack, but it's
Oh,
more for
okay. So it's not really
gamers.
social. Okay, so it's not really social
It's
media.
more of a communication
Yeah.
network. And similar like the way Telegram, like you can follow people's Telegram channels, but
Yeah.
like I originally got on Telegram to like message with work colleagues for different jobs.
Is Telegram similar to Signal?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. Like,
Yeah.
then ultimately most people ended up. I don't know. I
It's
don't
more of a
even know.
privacy thing.
It's a privacy thing. I used to have Telegram, but then I deleted it for reasons. I won't go into it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Kick. Kick is the same thing, but it's more on the social media side where it's trying to copy what Snapchat did. I had to delete it for reasons too.
What is it? Sort of the way China has like WeChat. Like there
Yeah.
are social media components to WeChat, but like actually a lot of people use it just to communicate.
Yeah, exactly. And like another thing with Telegram, which I think is cool, that I wish like other social media platforms had, is where you hold down the video thing or like even like the microphone to talk, and it will show like the video for 5 seconds, and then like you have an option to save it or not.
Interesting.
I know like Instagram will do that if you leave it like forever, and you can save it or like screenshot it, and it'll notify you if it tells
If somebody
you.
screenshotted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to shout out to my personal favorite social network, and that's Venmo.
Venmo is so
I
weird.
want to make Venmo a thing. I love whoever the CEO, the very forward-thinking CEO, who's like, I got an idea. It's like a place where you transfer money, but you talk about how you transfer money.
No, but it's really interesting because I have seen, like, I have known people who's like blocked exes on all kinds of things, and or people who have gotten rid of most social medias, and Venmo is that last place where they kind of see what their ex is doing.
Who the
I've
hell
heard
sent you the
multiple
cable bill
stories-
money?
I know I've heard multiple stories about this, or how like they realize that like they're getting serious with someone else because like their
Splitting
ex-boyfriend's
utilities.
dad will like message them something, like send them money and be like, it was great meeting Julia. Who is Julia?
It's so weird, dude. Like I was like, well, I always thought it was like a thing, like you know how like a lot of like IG girls or like the people who like put their Cash App in their profile. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe
People put their Venmo in
Like
their
I'm saying,
profile.
maybe what Venmo wanted was to make a less stigmatized way of putting you can pay me this way in their profile by making it feel like I just want to chat with you on social media, but really it's just for like e-girls who want you to dono to them.
Don't know.
I just can't imagine being like, anyways, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Venmo.
Venmo.
Just whatever. Like, it's like Patreon, but weirder in a way.
Without monthly subscriptions.
I don't know, man.
I love it.
So she,
Follow me on Venmo, please.
Yeah, Andy wanted to do that. He asked.
No, he got that from me. I was like, I'm gonna start.
Really?
I said I'm gonna be the one who starts promoting only Venmo as my only social media.
it's in people's like Twitter bios. But okay, so Britney did leave on her own accord, right?
Yes.
And this is good. Like, let her go.
Like you said, it is weird that we're like free Britney. Now we're like, but not that free. Come back to us. So it says, well, she used the platform to talk about the high points in her life. She's been known to use it as a weapon against those that hurt her. Making a lengthy post separate from her Vegas story, Britney went on the entire off on the entire entertainment industry, saying that she was on the clock 7 days a week with little privacy. She said, okay, so we go down through here. She's very unique. I want to go over to the second article now. So that post is kind of, it says, this is from Newsweek, and it says, this is why Britney Spears could have deleted her Instagram account.
Because she wanted to, and she is an adult.
Privacy. So it says on March 16th, fans noticed Britney Spears' Instagram account had been taken down, leaving millions of followers confused.
Oh, she did a weird thing. Never mind. I don't like it. Yeah, take away your Instagram account.
What'd she do?
She's licking her husband's like ear and like.
Oh yeah, she does all kinds of weird things.
Yeah, just take it away. Take it away.
Look,
I don't want to
I
see
think
that.
this is actually it. People were devastated to lose like this crazy.
I want to
content.
see Britney lick her husband.
Right.
Well, like look at it now. Like, look, she's making out with her fiance in public water.
No, but I'm being serious. Like during the height of the Free Britney campaign, like when people started to be like, we don't think she's okay. Like one of the things that would happen was like they'd be like, Britney, if you aren't okay, wear a black shirt in your Instagram post tomorrow. And she would do that.
Yep.
And I don't know, she's never said if it was a coincidence or not, but like I think people feel like really strangely attached to her content, which is interesting because it's really not like the typical curated celebrity Instagram feed.
Yeah, it's
and then
not,
she'll
it's
make
not
weird
polished.
proclamations. Like I covered it for the site. She like posted that she was like now a Catholic, and then like deleted the post a little while later.
I
Like,
changed my mind. I'm not a Catholic anymore.
well, maybe she still is. She just decided not to share that. Like she is just not like other celebrities in this sense, and I can understand where like having people got kind of addicted to monitoring her,
Yeah.
and like now they're like, but why you can't leave?
Maybe she
Yeah.
will one day become like the female pop star version of Bill Murray, who just becomes very eccentric.
I think she's already there,
But I'm saying like where she's still famous for her music,
yeah, but
nobody gives a
there's
crap.
no
about,
saying that Britney Spears is not eccentric.
But I'm saying like one day she'll just walk into a bar and start bartending and not telling everyone, and everyone will just accept that that's what Britney does. I love
I
it.
have no idea.
On Instagram, so it says one fan on Twitter pointed she probably needs a break from social media. Y'all got to remember Britney's trying to heal from over a decade of trauma. Sometimes she needs a break from it all, including Instagram and all social media. I like how they're saying it like they know her. Sometimes she just needs a break from it all.
My friend Britney.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure she'll be back. She's done this before. In September 2021, the Baby One More Time singer deleted her Instagram page to celebrate her relationship with Sam Asghari. Don't worry, folks, just taking a little break from social media to celebrate my engagement. I'll be back soon, she tweeted to her 55 million Twitter followers.
But she does full on delete Instagram when she's like,
And then she just rebuilds. She's not.
no, it's like you turn it off. Remember, you could like deactivate your
Okay, so it's
page?
deactivated, not deleted.
Because it would be hilarious if she full on deleted it, started a new profile, gains millions of followers, deletes it again.
Just continually does that.
Oh, that'd be a
gosh.
cool trend to see.
Just
Instagram is like, please stop.
Anti-clout, like where you purposely delete and then rebuild. That'd be cool. And then it says Britney, and then I thought this article's kind of tangentially connected, but it says Britney Spears wants to be feared, and then talks about how being nice got her taken advantage of. This just kind of came out in the wake of it. This was just yesterday. This article came out. It says Britney Spears would love to be would rather be feared than loved. The toxic singer wrote on Instagram Tuesday that she does not want anybody's sympathy after the end of her conservatorship. Don't ever pity me. I don't want to be loved. I want to be feared. Being loved and being nice got me taken advantage of, so take your pity and go F yourself. She captioned the photos of herself in a black off-the-shoulder crop top and a matching skirt. I like how they have to like give their breakdown of her fashion
They have to
outfit.
describe it.
Yes. Spears, 41, shared her recent trip to Las Vegas, where she used to perform her Piece of Me residency while under her father Jamie's control. Gave her a whole new perspective on what it means to live. I imagine that's true. I had kind of this is a very weird way of comparing it, but I had similar things happen to me like when I got sober, and I would go back to places when I had been struggling before and re-experience them again. It was
Yeah.
kind of like living in a whole new light. So I imagine for her that feels a lot the same.
Yeah.
The same kind of feeling of being free of something that was burdening you so
Well,
heavily.
and like walking places that you've been like, oh, I wasn't allowed to like go to a restaurant on my own.
Yeah.
I wasn't in charge of my own money.
I imagine a lot of celebrities feel that way just about fame in general. Like they can't just go out to a restaurant anymore and just eat. They have to worry about people bothering them.
Well, and I think when they find ways to do that, you know, like Taylor Swift had like her whole I'm hiding from everyone, secretly living in London with my boyfriend, like 2 or 3 years that she did that. And I wonder what that experience must be like if you can somehow manage to go from hyper fame, or in Britney's case, hyper control and regulation where you're not allowed to do things, to being able to somehow like move freely through the world.
Yeah.
It must be insane.
There's like a lot of actors who I've like when I do a lot of research and the stuff I watch, I like to read the quotes that they have from interviews, because a lot of those times people only pick the ones that are really interesting. And something that I find is pretty funny is like a lot of celebrities like on TV shows, like the ones who are very consistently working, talk about how that's the best kind of fame, because like you'll get noticed once in a while, but you can still for the most part ride the subway without being bothered extensively. So your job pays well, but you're not beholden to the public constantly.
Yeah.
So, or you're one of those people where like they'll recognize you, but they can't quite picture where they're from. So they'll be kind of, they won't want to approach you if they can't say, I know you from somewhere.
Right.
So if you're just kind of like that level of fame where, you know, you're still making really good money, but you still have your own life. You're not beholden to the public.
I think it's this interesting reckoning in our culture of like being famous is a commodity and it's important to have followers and you can profit of it, which is totally true. I mean, like the influencer culture is real, but it's also notable that like Britney Spears, I'm going to quote Taylor Swift again here, like these two major pop stars that are like iconic to several different generations have both recently done a lot of interviews and talked very explicitly. Obviously, Britney's involved a legal battle saying like, when I was not allowed to be independent and not provided privacy, like my life was bad. 'Cause Brittany has talked extensively about the effect the paparazzi had on her and like
I bet.
being exposed. Yeah, it's crazy. Taylor Swift did an interview, I think maybe 2 years ago at this point, where she was saying like, I can't leave my house. Like, there's not a version where I can just run to the store. I can't, like, if I have a friend and want to go to dinner, like, we can't do that. If you want to come to my apartment and hang out, that's fine. We can do whatever, but I cannot move in the world. And we forget that, like, you know, they do make the choice to be a part of this culture, but also, like, it is something I forget, and I'm very privacy oriented. I really believe that, like, once you start to give up privacy, it's very difficult to put it back in the bottle. And I can't imagine what it was like. You know, Britney Spears was of this day and age where she was becoming a pop star as the internet started to become a thing. I mean, she really must have felt the negative burn of, you know, that experience.
Plus, like, when you talk about putting the privacy genie back in the bottle, it's going to be inherently tied to their self-esteem, because then they're going to be like, now they're not noticing me, and then they'll kind of be mad at themselves that they care. Yeah. That they're not being noticed
anymore. Oh my God,
anymore.
I actually experienced that.
You did?
Yeah.
How so?
Because when I used to have Instagram, so my whole goal, I have said this before, what's before? Before, like, I wanted to be an influencer before working here, before I, like, got into listening to Ben Shapiro and all that. Yeah. I did want to do it, and I asked my friend, Mia Rios, we talked about her. She's a black girl that did anime cosplay.
Yes.
She got in trouble
Yeah, we
for
talked
that.
about that.
Yeah. So I asked her, like, how's she doing it? Because, like, during that time, we were both trying to do it at the same time. And she's like, you have to be consistent. And I was, like, reading, like, Instagram would give me basically ads and, like, other influencers, how they made it. And, like, I would try to, like, build it up. So I tried to build it up high school all the way in college. And I did increase, but then I decrease in followers. And I would get upset because I almost hit 1,000 followers before entering college, but then it went down because I stopped like trying to post a little bit, but
you have
then
to be very consistent.
You have to be consistent, and then I try to switch up my Instagram by being more like an artist. So I started trying to brand myself that way. It kind of grew, but then it went back downhill. And then when I lost like my access to my social media accounts, like I started like having withdrawals, and I got upset because I saw the numbers got lower because my friend still followed me on my Instagram account, but I didn't have a chance to follow her back. That's usually like my policy. If you're a close friend of mine, I'll follow you back right away.
But like your brain had been like, especially because you were doing it in such a formative age, your brain had been like getting dopamine hits every time someone followed you, every time you do like that.
The likes
stress.
also.
Yeah, I remember when I was in college and a couple of my friends downloaded the like apps where it'll say like who's following you, who's not following you, who's unfollowing you, and like
that's just a means of torturing yourself.
It's
man.
just such a means of torturing yourself. I don't think it's necessary. And like it would be stuff like one of my best friends, her freshman year roommate, we realized had unfollowed her. And like, it's like, why does she do that? But you guys aren't friends, so who cares? Like,
exactly.
It doesn't really matter because if you want to know if they're your friends, they'll actually talk to you. Right. Like for me, I have lost contact with a lot of my friends in California, but they never tried to figure out a way to contact me. But I do have a way to contact them. I know I'm supposed to like, since I have like the point to actually access them, I can figure it out that way. But for me, I'm like, I don't feel like they're true friends if they don't want to try to contact me at all.
Yeah.
I'm more passive about that. Like I've got friends who like definitely stopped like paying attention to stuff that, or stopped liking. I'm sure they're still looking at the stuff that when I came to work here because they disagree with people that I work with. That's fine. But a funny example is like there's I don't even know how I know that I know her, but I can't remember. I probably met her at a party years ago, friend of her friend, and you know it's like it's like that. Have you ever seen that meme? It's like hey person I met at a house party in 2009. You want to be Facebook friends forever? It's
I do.
It's like that, but it's like what happens is like she'll like every so often like apparently unfollow me on Instagram, and then like she'll like refollow me.
Interesting.
And I'll be like, you know why she's doing that, right? No, she's married. She's
See, that's what I said. He told me about this, and I
No,
was
but
like,
my immediate
ooh.
reaction is like she's trying to get your attention.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's
it's like things like were going bad with her husband for a while. So like then you like she like or she like follows you, but then like things are going good again.
Right. This lady thinks you're cute.
Well, but I'm just
That's what I've been saying.
Well, I'm just saying that
Comment below if you think this woman is trying to get Brett's attention.
I'm just saying that's this weird thing where it's like I imagine some people would be offended knowing that you've unfollowed and then refollowed several times over.
Well, my example with my friend and her like roommate was like there was not like open hostility. They just like decided not to live together. They would still get lunch on a like you know what? But
Yeah.
like the act of being like I don't think you're worth like knowing what your life is like, even though we're in semi-regular social, like that seems a little aggressive. You know what I mean? Like there is, but like the reality is like if we didn't have social media, a way to check in on who is interested in us, like our brains would not care. They might a little bit if that person was really meaningful to you, but like really it wouldn't be the same thing.
No, I think social media also like broke how I don't know who's actually interested or actually genuinely cares about me. I don't know, because like people can play the fake face, and also I came from California. Everybody's basically two-faced, and like it's really hard to find somebody who's genuine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know who else is going through withdrawal right now?
Who?
Kanye West.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, banned. 24-hour ban, Kanye.
Mm-hmm. Well,
He's not two-faced.
See, I almost wonder if like Britney has opted into a 24-hour ban, and he is like, Britney, why would you do this?
Why would you do that? Like you're talking about Two-Face. He's the opposite. He tells you exactly what he thinks.
that's why I like Kanye, because like there is people who are like that, but you can't find them that often in Cali.
Did you see the creepy stuff that D.L. Hughley was saying to him?
No.
He's like, you made Kim Kardashian
Oh, that
date a
one.
white dude.
Yeah, I saw that
Super
one.
creepy, super awkward. Just Hollywood, man. It's
But I
it's a
know-
cesspool.
I don't know. For me, I'm like, all of this is weird. Like what Kanye just posted, Pete Davidson enrages audience with jokes about having naughty.
Naughty words with people. Let's just say, bad stuff.
I don't know. Pete just looks like a cesspool of something happened.
I just
And
thought it
it
was
went wrong.
I just thought it was funny because I pictured like Kanye going out the band door and Britney going out the choose of like the I chose
opting
to
out.
be band door, and they're like, so long partner. I got a kick of it. Do you think you're happier without social media?
It depends, because even like messaging apps, like I will still
Yeah.
get that weird tick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Ooh, somebody reached out to me. See, I'm the opposite. I see messages and I just get full of anxiety. Any message I get, if I wake up to a message in Slack, I'm like, no.
I find it now. So I like used to post not super consistently. Maybe I was just more exciting when I was younger, so I'd like post more regularly. But like now, like going to post something on Instagram, I find like I don't like I never post anymore. I want to get back in the habit because like there are things like Instagram is a really good way of like you always know where that photo is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I just get sort of like it's like not it's sort of anxiety, but it's also like, oh, this is like not even worth the effort. But like I think it's very I've talked to a couple of my friends who like have gone through phases of like really enjoying social media for personal gain and then going off of it, and what they say is like when you are motivated not by the likes, which you have to really guard against, like you just do it because it's what you want to do, or it's a memory you want to share, or if it's something that's important to you and you want to say it, like you just do it because you want to, as opposed to being like, well, I don't want to be the only one who's not. Or like I've had friends who talk about like they block a certain ex, and before that they're posting, they always want to look like they're having a good time, they always want to like show that they're busy and doing things, and as soon as they block the ex, they lose all interest in posting, because like you really learn that your motivation is not internal but
internal. Yeah,
exactly.
Perfect. Very like I just got out of the house. I've been posting skating footage for every day for over 2 years,
Which
and
is really cool.
and just got just because I've gotten so busy with my job here that I just don't have the time right now, and kind of had to ease my way back into like, you know, not
But
every day I don't wake up to 1,000 new likes or end up bunch of in thousands of views, and I find that I'm for the most part okay because I'm privacy oriented. Like it's weird for somebody to post something every day but not really want attention outside of that. I want it to be about the skating and nothing else. Like I don't post the only things that I post otherwise are memes. Like I share very little about my actual personal life, just the skating, because I felt like I wanted to keep it about that part of me.
I think about pretty regularly. Well, first up, you still skate every day. Like you
Yeah.
still love skating. That's still part. Like you don't have to document it for it to be the case. I do think that, like it's fun. Like I like ever since I followed you, it's fun because like I don't skate, so it's cool to see your stuff, and I know you personally. I think for me, like I wonder, like you were talking, Miracle was talking about how she like at one point was really devoting it towards her art. Like I often wonder if I had started with like sort of an idea of what I wanted social media to be. I joined it in a way that was like very much like we're all on it, we're doing whatever. And now I feel like maybe if because I do think there's a balance between like being privacy oriented, which is good, and also like not feeling like your stuff isn't worth posting. Like if you want to post something.
No,
if you don't.
I just think it's funny because legit when I had Instagram, it went through different phases. So I try to be the funny person on Vine. I try to be the foodie. I try to be the travel vlogger. I try to be the kawaii-esque e-girl. Like legit, I do have those clothes.
You're like really finding yourself on social media.
Yeah, and then when I went to college, I went as a art degree, like a studio art degree. So they were like, if you want to sell your artwork, you have to advertise. And I was like, I'm going to do something outlandish. I'm going to do a clothing brand, and it's going to have something inappropriate on it. I can't say it on YouTube because we might get banned
This
for
is
it.
true. She can't. I've seen it. I've seen that.
But like
that
there
outlet.
is so much creativity behind that, and like you're just doing it because like you think this is funny and like you think it could be cool. Like
I know.
I think that's really cool.
And
like,
it was funny because when I used to present it in my art classes, they try to do like a psychoanalysis on me. They're like, is something wrong with her?
Oh.
but like
come
it
on,
makes
guys.
you think. People are wondering.
Yeah, like my mom legit thought I was like kind of deprived or like insane in a certain way, and I was like, no, I just think it's funny. And she's like, no, there's more to it. And I'm like, no, there isn't.
But like I wonder that with Kanye West, like does he use social media because he is just like he does it because he wants to, and that can have negative consequences, or like does he feel like he has to use this outlet to sort of get ahead of the sort of PR, you know, ninja that Kim Kardashian is? Like he feels like
She
this
really
is
is
his
a PR ninja.
Oh my gosh, like love her, hate her, like she is
Somebody
completely talented when
should
it comes
do
to
an-
public relations.
a thing where she gets in a ninja outfit.
No, she did. You remember that all black outfit with the braided pony?
At the Met Gala? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She did it already.
So she's
One step ahead of you, as she always
As she-
is.
Yeah,
she
and it's skin tight and she's wearing heels.
Like I just wonder.
This sounds like the greatest thing ever.
I just wonder with Kanye West, like if you felt like, okay, people are following me on this platform, say like me, this gives me a voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard for like someone who's more of a maybe
Yeah.
I know, it's, like,
extroverted,
fine.
combative.
He was telling us to move on.
I know. I just think it's
There's a stink bug in case
Yeah.
anyone listening
A
doesn't get
stink-
to
Oh
watch
yes,
my,
if you're
watch
listening
my
to
expression.
if you're listening to the show and not watching the video, she just got attacked by a bug.
Yeah, I just think maybe Kanye is okay, but if he's like someone like me when I was younger, genuinely, I thought I was gonna like die from loneliness because my mom told me I was gonna die alone,
That's very sad.
and she still tells me this to this
Well,
day.
that's why you need to give your mom some distance and find your way back to her when things have changed.
Yeah.
No, it's not. She's
I
a
do
stubborn
think that like
woman.
social media gives, especially like, it's hard to say this, but like being a teenager is intrinsically lonely, even if you are a super happy kid whose
Yeah.
parents are crazy supportive, and everyone, it doesn't like what your mom says to you is like not good or okay. But I do think that like social media is designed for this young audience that is sort of strangely vulnerable, even if they have like it's just part of growing up.
Yep.
And for Kanye West, like his use of social media is interesting to me because it's weirdly immature, but also
More honest, I think. than a
he
lot
is
of,
often he's often rewarded ultimately, even if he faces some backlash from his more outlandish statements on Instagram or Twitter or whatever else. Like it drives to this character of like, you don't know what Kanye West is going to do next, and like it is interesting that like now he's getting suspended from like, I'm not saying the things he says are okay, but like he is not, his pattern of behavior, it's not clear to me that it's an escalation of ways he already behaves. It seems sort of more like this is how we know Kanye reacts, and like now he's facing consequences because he's crossing lines, although he's crossed a lot of lines in his career and his time on social media.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.